What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Metaverse Mondays, and I am your host, Christos. And we got Tiger, and we also got my co-founder, Vince, Bleu Tsunami in the house tonight. And
What's
we also
going
got
on,
a
gang?
special guest coming in very soon to talk about NFTs, the future of fashion and music. So stay tuned for our special guest that we will have very shortly. But today we're just going to jump into Metaverse Mondays, what it is, why we wanted to do this, and just pretty much elaborate more on the Bored Milo as a whole. But Metaverse Mondays is a space and opportunity for entrepreneurs, developers, anybody that's interested in learning more about NFTs, crypto, Web3, and the metaverse. You are in the right spot. So stay tuned for all of the gems that we about to give y'all today. But first and foremost, we're going to talk about a Bored Milo, how me and Bleu Tsunami Vince started Bored Milo, what was the inspiration behind it, and things of that nature. So I'm gonna just go ahead and let Vince take over the floor and give y'all more understanding on how we came up with this project called Bored Milo.
What's going on, family? And thank you for all y'all being here, taking time out to, just come rock with us for a second. So as Christos said, my name is Vince. Some people call me Bleu Tsunami. Either one is fine with me. But what is ABM? How do we get started? Man, first and foremost, a funny story. ABM got started because I bought a board. I thought I bought a Bored Ape. Let's just be real with this. Yeah, it was. I thought I bought a Bored Ape. Now me and Christos go way back to elementary days. We always talked about the crypto space and everything. So I called him one day. I said, "Yo, man, I just got a Bored Ape." I thought we was up. Everybody was like, "Yo," he was like, "Man, send me it, man. We rich." I sent it to him, right? And I was geeked. He's like, "Man, you got food. This is a board fake." So lo and behold, we was like, "Man, we need to just do something where we really can genuinely create our own NFT project and teach people,
Yeah.
spread education, and
Mhm.
still make technology sexy in a way." You get what I'm saying? And that's where ABM came from. So as you stay put and just listen to what ABM is about, you'll learn that it's not just an NFT project, but it's a lifestyle, it's a brand. It's about family and most importantly, knowledge is power, and it's about gaining access to those channels that's guaranteed to make you profitable in this world. So we just gonna dive into it. I'm excited. I'm excited to have y'all here. I know Christos and my boy Tiger is too, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the floor back to Christos and let him rock out for a second. Y'all hear from me soon.
All right, so let's just educate the people on actually what a metaverse is. Now, you can go anywhere on YouTube and learn this content. No, we're not sprinkling something that you probably never heard or can't learn on your own. However, we just want to be able to give everybody a full understanding on what these terms mean, because when you say metaverse, crypto, NFT, people just, oh my God, like I don't want to learn it, don't care to learn it, too scared to learn it. But we're here to simplify everything for you guys. The metaverse in itself is nothing but a virtual landscape where people can be able to interact as themselves or an avatar. And the perfect example of this is The Sims. Remember back in the 2000s when everybody was playing The Sims, building houses, doing all kind of just crazy things in The Sims. That was like a very strange, unusual thing, at that particular time in history. Now, this game, or this concept, I should say, has evolved into an actual virtual world where people can buy, exchange, sell, participate, market, build their own followings, everything. The whole nothing is off limits in the metaverse, and that's what I do like a lot about the metaverse, is because there is really no boundaries within the metaverse. And with that being said, you have many different metaverses. So the first one that I want to mention is Decentraland. Decentraland is, I believe, owned or ran by Meta now. Mark Zuckerberg, don't quote me. I had to do my research, but I do believe that they are partners with Meta, formerly known as Facebook. And I believe that Facebook has a very important role in the evolution of the metaverse and where we're going to go, how people will start to implement their 3D avatars that they're making on Facebook and things like that. I believe these characters will be able to come more alive and have more accessibility as the metaverse continues to evolve. That's the first metaverse, Decentraland. The second one is Sandbox. Now, some of you may have heard of Sandbox through Snoop Dogg. Some people may have heard of Sandbox just through gaming itself. But to me, Sandbox is nothing but a more mature version of Roblox. I have a 9-year-old son. My 9-year-old son loves playing Roblox. He loves buying certain things with Robux and things like that. But as you can see, the youth always control the future. So if we can see that a vast majority of the youth are coming up playing games like Roblox, Sandbox, and things like that, the future is going to be a lot more understandable. It's going to be a lot more easier for them to convert their knowledge and skills into these platforms like the metaverse. So this is why we're teaching this information. This is why we want people to learn, so you won't be on the outside looking in like your grandparents were with the internet, you know? So things must evolve, and we're going to talk about the future of the internet, crypto, and things of that nature. But those are the two top tier metaverses right now that most people are engaging in, which is Decentraland and Sandbox. So that's the metaverse pretty much in a nutshell. Like I said, there's plenty of content that you can follow on YouTube to gain more understanding on what the future of the metaverse holds. But I am a firm believer that our future is virtual realities in a way, only because the world is now starting to become a lot more smaller through technology.
Tell them a little bit about the blockchain too, Christos. They gotta
So
know
in regards to blockchain, now when we talk about the blockchain is ran the blockchain is ran as a proofing system. So let's say you were to buy we're going to just say a CryptoPunk. A CryptoPunk is encrypted on a specific blockchain. It is a ledger that documents transactions. So this is very important. Why? Because it's decentralized. Decentralized meaning that there is no autonomous authority, meaning that nobody can take something that you purchase on the blockchain. They can't change it. They can't alter it. They can't do anything. Once it's encrypted and once it's validated by a system of other computers, it's written and it can't be changed. It's a code that can't be changed. Now, with that being said, there are multiple blockchains that you can encrypt something on. The most popular one right now is Ethereum. The second one that is ran off the back of Ethereum, in my personal opinion, is Polygon. I like Polygon. This is what we run a Bored Milo on, Polygon. Why? Because there is no gas fees. Now, when we talk about blockchain, we have to talk about gas. Why? Because so many people are concerned with gas fees. Gas fees are energy that is consumed to actually encrypt certain things on a blockchain. So Ethereum, for instance, may charge a gas fee depending on how many people are actually trying to encrypt something on the blockchain. So a gas fee could be from $200 to $1,000. But with Polygon, that's not the case. Gas fees are free. So with the blockchain, there are a lot of different blockchains that one can encrypt an NFT or anything that they see fit on, but it's up to you on how you choose your blockchain, et cetera, et cetera. But a Bored Milo is ran on Polygon blockchain, saving you guys a lot of gas fees. So that's why we chose Polygon.
Oh yeah, and before the gas fees, we gotta explain what NFTs are and the different types of NFTs.
Absolutely. So what is the different kinds of NFTs, Tiger?
Well, before we do that, we can't jump about the different types of NFTs without telling them what an NFT is, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I thought we kind of already did, but we went from metaverse. That's just how the world be, where
in a sense, but just to kind of put it in retrospect, NFT is a non-fungible token. We talked about the blockchain. We talked about gas fees. So I want you all to look at gas fees as taxes, right? That's the best way to put it. Everything that you buy in the real world, you have a tax on it. Now, some states are different, right? So in Michigan, we got 6%, but in Cali is what? It's like 17%.
Shit, extremely damn high percent. That's what
extremely damn opposite, right? So I want you to look at so if you was comparing it to taxes, compare the states to different time zones. If you if you buy it at a later time, your gas fees are generally lower. If you buy it at a prime time during business hours, gas fees are usually higher. Now, the NFTs stand for non-fungible tokens. Okay, now those non-fungible tokens, just like Christos said, once it's etched in stone, nobody can take that from you or duplicate that without your permission. The only way that another copy can be made is if the user made a different copy with a different serial code. So just like how you see toys in stores, you might see the same toy 8 different times, right? All in a row, but each one has its own serial code and different serial number. So it's not really that much different than the real world. Now, that goes back to what Tiger was saying. There are different types of NFTs, and each one is used in different ways. Now, my man Tiger is real privy to it, so I'm gonna go ahead and share the floor with my guy because that's his lane and his speed. Go ahead and tell him exactly what you want to share. Spit some knowledge for him, Tiger.
All right, for sure. Let me start with an introduction for myself. My name is Tiger. I got that name from my mama on my date of birth, born in 2000. I'm truly a Detroit Tiger, but as far as my formal name, my government name, it is Abdur Bouye. It is French, and it's also it's French and Muslim. My first name Muslim, last name French, and it's Abdur Bouye. Types of NFTs. It varies. It's different types, such as sports memorabilia, collectibles, non-physical art, and also, from my understanding, physical art that's been turned into virtual art. Virtual land, memes, and domain names. What we do with these NFTs are add value to them. Well, I like to add value to my NFTs. That's the whole purpose of them. But our cryptos, hold on. Y'all go ahead, bro. Let me slow down. Go ahead. I just express the types. Y'all go ahead.
So the different types of NFTs that there are collectibles, non-physical, sports memorabilia, video games, virtual land. Now, not to get too much into NFTs, I don't want you guys to get lost. But basically, with the different kinds of NFTs, you can have an NFT that's for gaming. You can have an NFT that's for virtual estate. It's just different kinds of NFTs. You could just have an NFT that's just a collectible, like an art piece. But more than anything, a Bored Milo can be used as an in-game accessory. So a Bored Milo, we are aspiring to build a game where people will be able to use certain aspects of their NFT inside of the game itself. So ours is actually an in-game NFT and a collectible in one. Now, with that being said, a lot of people want to know, where do you buy NFTs? How can I purchase an NFT? Now, this is the extremely difficult process for a lot of people who may not even know how to do it. You have to download what is called a wallet, either MetaMask wallet, or you can use Coinbase wallet. And from these wallets, you can access what we call Web 3.0. Now, some people don't know what Web 3.0 is, never heard, or some of you might be actually privy to what Web 3.0 is. But Web 3.0 will allow individuals to be able to access their wallets and purchase things directly on the internet from the content creator itself. So what Web3 is going to do, it's going to decentralize Web2. And what do we mean by that? For instance, when you get on Facebook, Facebook requires you to have a login, password, and then from there, they're able to also track your data. They're able to see what you searched on Google. They're able to see who you communicate with most on Facebook, etc. All of your data is being used and sold to other people.
Which gives them the power.
Exactly.
Which gives them the power to sell your identity without you knowing it.
Without you even knowing. So Web3 is basically giving back the creators like me, you, and everybody else who wants to create in this space the power to be able to have our own, where we don't have to go on Facebook, we don't have to go on Instagram, we don't have to go on Twitter. We have our own platform, and now we can use the information that we receive for our own purpose. So that's really in a nutshell what Web3 is. Like I said, a lot of this stuff can be learned on YouTube if you want to get way more in depth on it, because I believe that all of them are rabbit holes. Every last one of these topics.
I got an even more entertaining way for them to learn it. For those who have not watched it, we highly encourage you to watch the movie Ready Player One.
Yeah.
So for those, that right there, that movie right there, that's one of our favorite movies, as you can see. We got the same DeLorean, that you're gonna see in that movie. But Ready Player One is the prime example of showing you what Web3 design is aiming to be, and how they are looking to or how a user can purchase a NFT and it shows up right to him in the real world. Definitely a fun watch as well. You can watch it with your kids or with your siblings or even with your parents, and it's very easy to understand it. So I definitely say that you all should take a look into that between today and tomorrow, and just go ahead and see what we're talking about.
You can even watch it with the Netflix and chill, man. Your baby girl or your baby.
Nah, you can't watch it with the Netflix and chill. We all know Netflix and chill. You don't really be paying attention. We need them to pay attention to this one.
Yes, sir. So, yes, sir.
Now, in real world case, I just want to give them insight in real world case scenarios, how NFTs will be implemented in real world time. So whether you like it or not, this is one thing that we have to understand about technology. Technology don't wait for no man. It don't wait for you to catch up. It don't wait for you to get privy. It don't wait for you to get hit. Technology is like the world. It's going to spin with or without you. Now, with that being said, how NFTs will be implemented inside of our real world. For instance, one use case, let's say you buy a house, and this is something that's actually being implemented in Florida. Florida wants to use crypto as its main currency for users to purchase homes. Why? Because it will be able to prevent money laundering, fraud, a lot of things that they're battling with. So if I say, hey, I want to purchase a house for $500,000 in 2022, and I make that purchase with whatever crypto that I choose, now it's encrypted on the blockchain that, hey, on this date, Christian bought this property at this price, and so forth. Now it's documented. There is no way that this documentation, can go extinct unless the blockchain just collapses. But now it can go extinct in a physical way if we lose the paperwork, or, they say the transaction never happened, whatever have you, who knows? But basically all that's happening is that there's just a conversion from physical paper to digital, because everything now is going digital, including our doctor's records. So let's say a doctor wants to access your history or whatever type of happenings that you may have had in the past. They don't have to get those records transferred from the office. All they have to do is get the access key, the NFT, and now they have access to your doctor's records. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this is going to be the exact way that it's implemented, but I'm saying that they're working on the technology where NFTs will be the catalyst to implementing this type of technology into multiple parts, of our real world interactions. I think that people just think of NFTs and they automatically think of art, a monkey ape or something that they don't understand. And it's like, no, this is a technology. This is an evolution in the way that we are sharing and exchanging and validating information.
Definitely. And with NFTs, I want you all to understand that, just like Christos said, it's not just art. You can literally make an NFT out of anything. I can make an NFT out of my own my set of keys.
Yeah.
And it will be validated as an NFT, So when he was talking about, documenting to your medical records, you can have a folder that's made to be an NFT, and it will have all of your information in it, your passport, your ID, your medical records, your shot history, where you've been to the last few medical, visits. All of that stuff can happen. And this is just an easier way for validation and keeping track of your transactions for the better. One of the biggest things that is happening around the world, I guess, let's talk about how businesses are incorporating NFTs into them, right?
Man, it's like, who don't got an NFT? Coca-Cola, everybody. For instance, like Polygon, I told you guys about Polygon. One of the reasons when I chose Polygon for a Bored Milo when it first started, mainly because this was saying Ethereum. Like, no, man, people are not about to pay them crazy gas fees. So that was one reason why we didn't agree on Ethereum as a collective, because it was so much gas fees. By the time somebody buys something and they get to the gas, they like, I don't even know if I want this no more. You know? But with that being said, being able to just follow mainstream adoption. So one of the top tier companies that has implemented Polygon is Disney and Starbucks, two powerhouses. So if they both lean towards now accepting Polygon as their main crypto, that goes to show you a lot about, you know, how important blockchaining is, mainstream adoption. All of these things are important. And with that being said, they want people to have access to their NFTs at the easiest convenience. And I believe that Polygon provides that for big companies like Coca-Cola, Disney, Starbucks, all of these companies that now are getting in. They're like, nah, we're not going to mess with Ethereum. We're going to mess with something that allows our users to not have to pay more than what they need to be paying already.
Now, full disclosure to what Chris is saying. Polygon is definitely the wave of the future, 100%. However, there are certain things that you will still have to use Ethereum for right now, simply because Polygon is not accepted everywhere. And that's just something that we can't get around, you know? So
yeah.
It's kind of like Ethereum is like Ethereum, because I mean they all are ran off Ethereum's back, so it's not like Ethereum is obsolete even in the Polygon transaction. It's just that in order for people to evade the Ethereum, like you say, taxes or gas, they're going to choose the Polygon. To me,
Polygon.
Ethereum is like the vintage big brother, where it's like for vintage terms, we're going to use Ethereum.
Yeah, but, for sure.
But if we step into the modern world, we gonna use that Polygon because we ain't trying to pay them gas fees like that.
100%.
Yeah, we need to make the connection to real estate. We speaking about the access, and that's very important. But as far as the virtual land, what we can do with that virtual land, and how it connects to real estate, how, you know, the real world is not no more land being made, but in the metaverse, it's plenty of land to be bought and used. So I think we should speak on that. How it connects.
No, that's
okay. I got you on that. So imagine this. The Oculus has been out for a while, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the Oculus is. But did you know that you can operate the metaverse from the Oculus? So Decentraland and Decentraland Sandbox. Let's say that we want to go to Sandbox. So this is a little bit more for the grown folks, right? Let's say you put on your Oculus, you go into the metaverse, and you go into Sandbox, and your avatar is built like you. How cool do you think it would be? Because we order stuff online all the time nowadays. How cool do you think it would be, or how much of an experience you think it would be to walk into a Nike store, which is actually being built on Roblox, you know, as we speak. It's being governed and built on the daily through Roblox. But, you know, going into like a Nike store or a Louis store or, you know, H&M, whatever your heart desires, actually trying on the garment and seeing how it fits before you order it online. You like how it fits, you pay for it in whatever crypto you desire, and it gets shipped to your home. That's what we're leaning towards. Where the real estate comes into play is before these big businesses get into Sandbox and Decentraland, you have the opportunity to actually buy land in those same spaces, and, you know, potentially make a very pretty piece of coin on someone else's land.
At a very cheap price. In comparison to real estate, like the prices for Decentraland and Sandbox are very cheap. You can go in there with $3,000 and have you a parcel of virtual land.
Yep. And I think
that parcel can end up being bought from you for $250,000. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, if you turn anybody who turns 3,000, 3K, and the 250, I don't think there's anything to complain about.
I mean, even if you go into it with a flip mindset, because my thing is, it's like, this is how early we are in this space. Like right now, like we're so early in this space right now that real estate investors, they're trying to figure out how to gauge the metaverse, how to get land. What they're not too in that field yet, but best believe in the next 3 to 5 years there will be more mainstream adoption with how virtual land is marketed to people, who want to get inside of this space. Right now, they don't see a use case for it. So that's why there aren't so many venture capitalists that's eager on getting inside of the metaverse and buying land. Whereas a company like Nike will go into the metaverse because they already see the future of Roblox. They see the metaverse. They see how many users are actually interacting and engaging on this platform on a daily basis. Money gets spent the same, whether it's in the virtual world or in the real world. Money is money, So I think with that being said, we're going to see over the next 3 to 5 years more mainstream adoption of people buying virtual land and just sitting on it. And another thing is, we didn't even speak on this, being able to actually build on the land, building a school, building somewhere where people can actually come and meet. I think that's another cool component of the metaverse, is that we don't have to do this through a Zoom call. In the future, we'll have a Bored Milo purgatory, what I'm saying? So people will be able to come.
He said purgatory.
Actually engage, what I'm
it's
saying?
Underground.
Like, bro, like that's the future of what we're building right now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people are just thinking about it from a one-dimensional point of view, where it's like, oh, just this. And it's like, no, you can build. Like Vince said, in the future, what if you don't want your land and you want to sell it for $250K because that's the value of it in 10 to 15 years? You could do that. So I look at it as an opportunity to be able to experience, build, you know what I'm saying, play with it. What's $3,000 to $5,000? You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing. We spend that on sneakers and clothes and all kind of stuff throughout a year. So
and that on conspicuous consumption on a daily. Yep.
Exactly. So why not take invest and do something with it? So that's why I feel like the future of virtual real estate is. I'm glad that you brought it up.
For sure. And when you say like companies like Nike, what about the vibes and the movements like ABM? we are.
What a Bored Milo, as I just kind of covered in the sense, like what we really want to do is create a virtual museum. So that's part of where we want to go into the future, where people will be able to come into the metaverse and actually see a Bored Milo being, shown off in a virtual museum, and then having different levels.
He holding back.
Huh?
Christos
no. He's talking about the virtual land aspect. I'm not talking about what I know you talking
about. Okay.
I was just about to go in. Yeah, I was just about to go in to speak on like just to go back to letting the guys know what our purpose is. Like we are gaining the data on the use purpose. We are showing. We don't have to show anybody anything, but we are letting you guys know ahead of time before these guys with the billions get into it, before you guys, because that's exactly what happens with everyday business. Yep. We can't buy a home because someone that's white or a company or a corporation owns it through the bank or something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was the main thing.
Yeah. Our biggest thing, like he said, is spreading that knowledge to allow you to have the tools at your fingertips and the resources that you need to succeed in this space. And along the way, hey, it wouldn't hurt for you to have some fun. That's the biggest goal. But yeah, I mean, realistically, we're getting a little low on time. I know our guest speakers has been kind of itching to get in here. What we gonna do about that, Chris?
So we getting ready to bring on our guest speaker real soon. In another 10 minutes, giving us some time to warm up. But with that being said, just to close this section of, our conversation out, really what we want people to take away from a Bored Milo, for those of you who may have probably just been getting hip to this project, just followed us yesterday, trying to figure out what's going on here. We really just want people to learn. That's more than anything. What has always divided society humans from animals, anything that you want to think of as superior and inferior, it's always been technology. Technology can be a weapon, it can be a computer, it can be your mind. But technology is the future. And we all have to try to figure out how do we fit into the new age of technology. The world is not the same, especially after COVID, you know? So with that being said, we have so much new things to learn. And the Bored Milo wants to be able to be a pioneer in that space as far as helping people gain understanding on what NFTs are, Web3, Metaverse, and things of that nature. And like Vince always says, we just here to have fun, man. Have fun. We also have future events coming, like parties. We're going to have festivals. We're going to also have like just seminars, webinars, and things like that in the near future to build our online community. Why? Because community is everything within the NFT space, and we understand that. So we're also going to drop all of our links down below to our Discord, Twitter, all of that. So if you're not in our communities, get active in our communities, because this is the best way to stay engaged with any type of information that we updating y'all with. And then I also got a surprise too. This is something that I pulled from the Metaverse. A Bored
straight from it.
So we're going to be pulling a Bored Milo merchandise from everywhere. From the Metaverse, I got a Bored Milo mouse pad, everything a Bored Milo coming soon, y'all. So stay tuned, because that will only be available for people who hold our NFTs. A lot of people probably looking like, I can't afford an NFT right now. But as we already stated in this video before, we're going to build upon our NFT collection. This is not just, oh, I bought one Bored Milo, that's it. If you have one Bored Milo or phase one Bored Milo, you're going to want to keep that Bored Milo for the next 10 to 15 years for sure. Really the next
You're for sure going to want to,
because everything that you'll have access to, our clothing, our events, festivals, everything that we plan on doing. If you hold a Bored Milo NFT, you will be a part of our process as we continue to evolve through our, throughout our growth. So that's pretty much what I wanted to leave you guys with before we introduce our guests. So give us just a second. We're about to bring on our guest in 2 seconds. All right, so we got special guests on deck today. YEROC Obama with the Metaverse.
What up, man?
Chilling, man. So we was just, building with, everybody in regards to the crypto, Web3, Metaverse, and things like that. And I really just want to give him a solid introduction, you know what I'm saying, as far as like why we brought him on. YEROC Obama is entrepreneur, creative director, businessman, taste maker, digital creator, all of those great things. He also just released a project around this time last year, which was an NFT, and it was called Blood Over Intent. So this is why I wanted to bring him on today, really to just talk about, how he created his NFT project. What does he feel is the future of music and NFTs, NFTs in fashion, and things of that nature. So we're just going to allow YEROC Obama to take the stage and give his own solid introduction.
I mean, that was a good enough introduction right there, Nori. I feel like I'm about to get my flowers today. Well, my ABM background, I need my ABM background. But no, man. Good morning, everybody. Just good to be here in the universe, in the metaverse, wherever we're gonna be at in the next couple of years. But I'm here, man.
So YEROC, just give us a solid understanding, man. How did you hear about NFTs, and what made you become interested in creating them?
I heard about NFTs I'm not about to be this person that be like, I heard about NFT 5 years ago. I hate people be doing that. I'm so humble, bro. I learned about NFTs probably I get blessed with information early. So I ain't gonna say how early, but I'm gonna say I usually get it 6 months before most people. So I don't care who watching this. It was probably 6 months before most people, or a year. But my homie Slice X hit me up because he just knew I was an entrepreneur and a leader in the fashion and branding space already. So he already knew that this would be another way to get my brand out here and myself as a brand. So he told me like, yo, he just called me. He was like, yo, you need to get into NFTs, not even NFTs, but crypto, like the metaverse. He gave me so much information in one sitting. It was everything though, but the way he said it, it was Web3. He just explained it in regards to my brand, which was Jug at the time, and Tastemakers as well. And he was just like, yo, you could take your intellectual property to another level and just explore it in another way with the internet and really own your stuff this in this upcoming change of season. So my homie Slice X put me on it, and he ran it by me. And like most people do, like everybody know Chavo, you know, you run stuff by me. It go in one ear and out the other, but I eventually caught on to it. So I was able to bless some friends and make some people some money as well.
That's what's up, man. I think, like you just said, a lot of people be wanting to be first to something, but I feel like even with this space, they don't even do you a benefit to be first. Like it's just like it don't matter if you late. It's just like long as you here. I feel like now, like at this point in time, it's like it's gonna get to this level, whether people like it or not. That's something we was just talking about previously. That's dope, man. I know you was just mentioned a few people that helped you get inside of the space and learning more about it. What really made you want to create your own NFT though? Like how did that like just bubble in itself? Like you was just like, I'm about to just drop something real quick, or it was just like something that was like, I think this might be something to etch in stone right now.
What made me want to create my own NFT is I'm always into being like a pioneer in a new space. So I always like to create in new spaces. So whenever like a new space come out, a new platform, I always want to get on it and create in it so I could just learn it and be able to leverage it with my brand and myself. So that's what really made me want to do it. Just already having my brand and my intellectual property to just take it to another platform in another area. So
that's dope. That's dope. Vince, you got a question you want to ask?
I definitely do. You know, I was about to go ahead and chime in. What's good, my baby? You all right?
What up with you?
Man, nothing, man. I can't call it. Same shit, different day. All right, so let me ask you this, because you usually up on all the fashion, like you said, before everybody else. So are you just run through the blood over intent line with me? Tell me exactly what you're aiming to do with that line.
So Blood Over Intent, it was more of my music. It was an album that I dropped, and it was just more of me putting out a musical creation with art to leverage it. So what made me want to do an NFT project with music was just seeing how right now everybody is pushed to throw their music out on any streaming service, but it's like we're not getting the most back for it, or we can't even leverage what we really want for our music. Like y'all got NFTs right now selling for $800. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, that's why Web3 is good. Cause like there's no cap to what you can make. So I wanted to go and create a music project that would live somewhere else and be in totality, and I get the most of my value for it. And it was just for people that understood it. So if you're creative and you collect art, something I do as well, I just understand the value in other artists. So that was just me taking my time and putting out music in a more creative and artistic way. So
man, that's dope. That's dope.
I think Tiger want to buy an NFT right now. He got $100 right there for you. I think he's trying to show you that he said, I got $100 for your NFT right now. See?
Well, $100 give me anything.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It was like, so with my project, I sold it as the album, and that's where NFTs came in, because NFTs is right now it's more like a middleman, but soon it's going to be the front man. Yeah. Because when I put, I don't know if y'all can hear that. Can y'all hear that in the background? Is that affecting you?
Good?
All right, we good.
But yeah, so as I was saying, it was
no, you were saying like how you sold it as an album, but you was
yeah. So yeah, basically me selling my album as an NFT was me getting my money now. Because right now the streaming, you gotta wait 6 months for your album for your money.
Man.
Right now I can pull up my distro kid. I got $30 in there, but that's off of like 7 months, 8 months of streams. I dropped Blood Over Intent for $50, gave people a t-shirt, an NFT with it, and the physical music, and I got my $50 right then. So if I had 10 people buy that, that's 500. If I had 20 people buy it, so that's
going
exactly
straight to
what
you.
happened. And I've always been an artist that wanted my not even my money, but wanted my worth right then. Like I can get it on the back end, but I want it on the front end as well.
Exactly.
So,
and ultimately, that's what
wanted
you're paying
to
for it. You paying for like the front end with the Apple and all the other stuff.
Exactly. And you're paying
NFTs
to use a service that you're paying to be on it.
So NFTs are taking away the middleman, man. With any art or any form of funds, like as far as any business you are creating, NFTs are taking out the middleman, man. Like with Spotify, you can have 6 million streams and only be able to buy what they say a fucking McDonald's meal, man.
Yeah, you
Excuse
might.
my language.
Yeah, you can get a
and they all tie in together, and I think that's what makes it all such a beautiful thing. Where it's like people think that one is separate from the other, but I believe that you could be like a specialist in any field, whether it's the metaverse, crypto, Web3, whatever. And I feel like it's gonna pay off in the future. That's just how I look at it. Where it's like these are all like trades that can be learned, but if you learn one of those trades, it's all gonna tie into each other. But let me ask you this. Right? Let me ask you this. What do you believe is holding mainstream adoption with new age tech as far as Web3, NFTs, and Metaverse? Like, what do you feel like is holding people back from fully, being able to engage in this type of technological advancements?
People really just waiting on the corporations to do it. So it's like you got more. We live in a world where it's way more consumers than creators. So it's like people are trying to innovate the space, but if they don't have these big tech, these fintech dollars, they can't really do it as fast and have a roadmap as clear and concise as most of these corporations. And most of these corporations have their intellectual property already archived for years and hundreds of years. So most people don't even have all they IP even archived in a way to really just transfer it to another platform or another service, I would say.
So to sum that up, to somebody that's just probably don't know about NFTs, don't know about Metaverse, just dumbfounded on the whole process, what do you feel like is necessarily keeping them at bay to be like, I'm gonna wait until I see an influencer get me in this space or something that I really want? Like, what do you feel? I guess that's kind of like the answer.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what people waiting for. Where it's like it's not as mainstream. It's like until you gonna need an NFT to buy some Jordans. That's when people really gonna know and have them in a wallet. So that's what's gonna happen soon. Where it's like you're gonna need an NFT. Is like a Sam's Club card. It's like until you need an NFT to go grocery shopping, that's when it's gonna be. Yeah. Well, you feel me? So when it's vital to people everyday living, whether that's any way of consumerism, is going to be integral.
Hey, the crazy part about that, we talked about that outside of this, but Nike themselves just made their own. They made their own dunk collab.
Oh yeah, I'm already on it. Oh yeah,
you already on it. That Criollo kicks.
I already signed up.
You already hit. The crazy part about it is, like I said, I was just talking to Chris about this a while ago. Now let me ask you, how many dunks you got in your showcase? I know you got a few of them. So what they're doing is pretty much, they're building their own world inside Roblox. So what they're doing is when you get that NFT, you get to go ahead and customize that set NFT to whatever pictures and colors and decorate however you want to. Just like how I used to do on Nike ID. You can Nike ID your own, you know what I'm saying, NFT. I'm like, man, that's the dopest thing in the world personally. And I keep telling all of my sneakerheads, I'm like, listen, these shoes that you gonna continue buying, they're gonna start coming with NFTs. if you don't want that NFT, just go ahead and send it over to me because I'm gonna show you exactly what.
Yeah,
what
it's
to do
gonna be
with
like
that.
having the NFT gonna be cooler than having the product because it's like
The
everybody
actual product.
now live online, so it's
It's
like
gonna outlast it.
it's people
I
right
think
now that got NBA 2. People, my player, look and play better than them in real life, and people
Oh
are
my
okay with
God,
that. People are
let's
okay
not
with
talk
that.
about.
but I
It's like
mean
my
my thing is
avatar
I look
my
at it.
avatar is not going to be crispier than me in real life, or it's going to get to a point where it is, where it's like imagine that where it's like
Man,
20 years from now, your avatar is going to matter more than you. So it's like that's what people own now. Where it's like
But I
niggas rather
think it's
spend
about I
100
think
on the NFT sneaker than real life.
I think
what's
it's
up,
more
Chris?
so about like tangible versus non-tangible. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk about tangible, you're not gonna have a shoe unless you're a collector 20 or 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying? And they was just also talking about like how most collectors buy two. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might buy one shoe and then put the other shoe on the shelf. But the NFT will be able to also represent the secondary shoe that a person owns. So you'll be able to put that on StockX. So let's say you buy it and it comes with like the option to have two. Let's say you want one to wear, then you want one for a collector, and then somebody say, "Hey, I want to buy the one that you've been holding as a collectible." StockX will then be able to verify that you are the person that owns the NFT of that shoe, and then be able to send the one that you probably had on ice forever to the person that buys it. So I look at like
Man,
with NFT, huh?
I don't, I don't know if we want to use StockX as that. They just kind of got their credibility took it from them.
Oh no. I'm just using that as an example, but I'm just saying like this is something that's already in the works. Where it's like this is something that's in the works as far as amongst like the sneaker
Oh, what is that
community
zone? That's crazy.
is how the NFTs will be able to be represented, like how you just said, like you'll be able to change the colors. Like so, another thing you'll be able to do is like use them as different skins inside of the metaverse. So let's say you want to use a different colorway of the dunk. You got the dunk silhouette, but you want to use a different skin for your colorway today. But that's getting a little bit more off topic. I want to stay on topic.
Nah, it's on topic, man. I
No, it
think we
definitely
should
is.
talk
But I'm saying
about.
I definitely want to use this time to ask
Yeah.
more questions. So before I get to
Okay. Yep.
getting too off topic, but the next question is, what is your goal as a creative slash an artist in this new tech space? What do you want to do the most in this space as far as like NFTs, the metaverse, and things like that is concerned? Like, do you want to buy virtual land? Do you want to create more projects moving forward, making them NFTs? Like how do you see this technology as a tool to be able to leverage for more creatives?
My goal as an artist is to get more acclimated in the space and just network with more individuals to just build leverage on my brand so I can properly create NFT projects, because right now it's not quiet with NFTs, but it's very cloudy. It's smoky mirrors right now because a lot of projects failed, a lot of money got messed up, a lot of money been laundered. So right now, my goal is to just get more educated and take my time and develop more IP with my brand and become a way stronger brand, a physical brand, before I get into the metaverse. So I feel like that's one thing where it's like if you're a heavy brand outside of the metaverse physically, you have a street presence, like it'll be easier for you to integrate people into the metaverse. So that's one thing I'm really just focusing on 2023 is just building more community to just integrate people into the metaverse, and then that'll lead to people believing in me and buying my brand and buying NFT.
By any chance, are you looking to integrate tastemakers at all into the NFT space?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking to integrate everything into the NFT space, and I feel like that's what everybody gonna have to do in the next 50 years. It's like people are gonna be able to own you on the internet space as a person, as a brand. So it's like everybody got their name .eft .eth .this. It's like that's gonna be a thing. So it's like right now I'm just trying to cross my T's and dot my I's with myself, because I'm it's like that's one thing people should know, where it's like if you don't got your shit straight, in the LLC corporation world, you're not
In the real
copyrighted,
world.
you're not trademarked. It's like you shouldn't be doing no NFTs yet, because I'm learning that right now with my own brand, with copywriting and trademarking my stuff, where it's like, yo, it's like if you don't own it outside of there, it's like it's not gonna be a clear road to that space. So right now I'm just trying to cross my T's and dot my I's with everything I'm doing, and buy up my .eth domains, make sure the names is right, just think for the future, and just create that clear and concise roadmap. So
Hey guys, I just really wanted to say that's like a great testament to the real world isn't going anywhere. You know, the real world isn't gonna go out of style, and you gotta have your stuff together here and a move here before you can, integrate yourself into the NFT space.
yeah, definitely the real world ain't going nowhere. People might think
Yep.
it is though, but it's always gonna be. That's nothing. It's like, that's not to shy any new kid, that because it's kids that's waking up today and they don't know what nothing. They know they know the internet. So it's like it's still gonna be
They know
kids out
2K.
here. Yeah, it's still gonna be kids out here bumping their head in that space. But as an adult and somebody who has been privileged enough to bump their head in real business and real life spaces, it's like I feel like it's best to just take my time and do it the right way. I seen so much money get fucked up in the last 2 years with these NFTs.
All right, so
Solid.
I guess I just gotta. I mean, you already kind of answered it, in a sense. But just in case you got anything else, I'll ask you. This last question: What is your advice to anyone looking to learn more about NFTs, Web3, and Metaverse?
I would say research, and then get into groups and communities like this, that you can be around people that's like-minded, challenge information, learn new information. I just feel like group learning, group economics is always like key for people to elevate in spaces. So it's like, if you're looking to get into it, I would just say, like, look at people doing it. Like, even people that's the big ones, to people that's just starting. Like, even what y'all got, it's like the branding. It's like it's everything somebody can learn, and it's like, this is. I feel like Web3 is just everything bundled up, where it's like you can learn from so much. So I would just say, get with like-minded individuals inside the space and outside the space, and try to bring people into the space. Like,
yes, sir.
It's like so many people that you could be bringing into the space, that like, it's like nowadays people don't want to like people don't want to be vulnerable to information. Like, people don't want to like act like they want to know. It's like, it could be somebody right next to you, like, that want to get into this space, and it's just because nobody ever
Could be itching for it.
Yeah, it's like, it's not cool. It's not, It's like, are you a
But I
scam?
think that that's my own personal.
You know what I did last summer type shit.
I think that a lot of people do want to learn. I think that, there hasn't really been a liaison to help people have that bridge. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like in inner city communities, outside suburban communities, it's not too many places that you could just pull up right now today and be like, hey, let me go down to the Starbucks and meet somebody that's going to, talk about NFTs. You got to outsource these events. You got to you got to be like, okay, I'm going to Art Basel. I'm going here. And that's how, how I've been feeling lately, where it's like, I wanted to slow down on trying to go to so many events and just bring people to my platform first. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to just trying to go everywhere, meet thousands of different peoples, and you don't have your own thing going on. So I think, like he just said, where it's like, the real world is not going nowhere, and that's how I feel, with that, where it's like, if you say that this is the future, then you have to bring people into what the future is. You can't tell them about the future from the past, so that's pretty much, how I perceive it. But I definitely, agree with a lot of the points that you made, thus far, in regards to, just like really a lot of people being able to learn about, a plethora of things. That's why I say, when you talk about metaverse, crypto, NFTs, and all of that, I look at all of these as skilled trades. I don't look at them as just like, no, I feel like you can be a specialist in any of these fields and really, have some success in these fields. So I honestly, tell people
one thing I would say like computer hours, because even being enrolled in school right now, I've been just looking at taking up other classes. Like I'm the type of person where it's like I always want to do something that's gonna solve a problem. So I would advise like taking computer science like classes where it's
Yeah.
like that's very
Coding.
where it's like code and all.
Yep.
It's like these are things where it's like I learned as a kid, and it's like, but now if I really practice it and stay with it, I will be easily making six figures just
Yeah.
chilling. So it's like those are about to be the new 6, 7 figure, 8 figure jobs that people about to be really having in the next year or two. So
Exactly.
it's like right now is the time to make money, learn everything. So like you
Exactly.
said, it's a trade as well. Computer science.
You gotta
is-
network and learn. If you don't know anything in this space right now, just network and learn before you take your $100 into this world and to invest.
Honestly, like that was something that I had the opportunity to do when I went to a NFT event. I met with different architects, different people, that aspire to get in this space. And I think also too, like when you start going to community events that's centered around this type of information, you'll start to feel more confident. Because I think that everybody just think that I got to know everything under the sun. It's like, no, you can be a specialist in something, be a specialist in blockchain technology, be a specialist in NFTs, be a specialist in Metaverse, be a specialist in Web3, because like what he just said, there's going to be a job or an opportunity for you to be able to implement that knowledge and understanding into a corporation. And I feel like that's what's happening now. Like with the instance, Apple just put up on their website now looking for like 3D developers, metaverse developers. You know what I'm saying? This just got posted like the day before yesterday. So now with that understood, more people are going to start seeing like, okay, yeah, it is time to start hiring somebody that can, direct this as far as where this new technology is going and things like that. We're already seeing it to me with like influencers. When you look at influencers have taken out sponsoring athletes and all of these people. Like, why go pay Steph Curry $500,000 when I can go do this with this influencer? I could just send him my merchandise and he gonna do it off the off GP.
Snoop Dogg could be a FaceTime away. Like
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like an influencer is becoming more powerful than a celebrity in this day and age. So I just feel like the tables are now being turned as far as like how we're consuming, distributing. A lot of things are just being turned, and that's what I really like about the age that we in now. But pretty much to conclude, you know what I'm saying, it was a pleasure having YEROC Obama on today to talk about, his NFTs, cryptos, and Web3. I'm going to drop all his information down below. Y'all can check out.
Need my collab, man. Jug Boy Volume 2. It's coming soon. I'm going to be working on the NFT collab. That's just going to be my initial offering to the NFT space. So right now I'm just familiarizing myself with a couple NFT sites to just premiere my stuff on. So just want to say that starting 2023, like we just gonna be getting more immersive in this space. So just look out for me. Just doing more stuff with more brands. My vinyl toy is I'm putting that out right now. That's it's not an NFT, but it's more a tangible item. Just getting people ready for it. So I just did a collab with Funko Toys, and I did my own 5 vinyl toy figurines. So I've been sending them out all December for Christmas to people that purchase my album. So that's another thing that is just like blood over intent. I did. I'm always using my creativity to get out my product. So an NFT is just another way to get out my product. So be looking out for the Bored Milo collab, man, very soon. So
yeah. You know that's coming.
Hey,
that's coming.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely, man. But yeah, this is Metaverse Mondays. We meet here every Monday. For anybody that want to learn more, that want to get engaged, meet with like minds, futuristic minds, I should say. Metaverse Mondays, Bored Milo. We just took y'all to the moon and back. We all gonna make it. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah.
Do that
Still up there.